hear that?
I don't hear anything.
Welcome back, Warner fam. Today, I'm diving into a 2025 horror mystery film, Hard Eyes. So, make sure to keep your eyes wide open and stay safe. The movie kicks off at a beautiful winery in Seattle. A couple, Patrick and Adeline, are celebrating a special moment. Patrick, excited, gets down on one knee to propose to Adeline. She says yes, but there's tension in the air. Patrick's annoyed because the photographer he hired, Nico, didn't capture the perfect shot. But then, things take a deadly turn. A masked killer, Hard Eyes, appears, and in an instant, Nico is stabbed through the face. The killer doesn't stop there. He fires an arrow right at Patrick's head. With nowhere else to go, Adeline bolts, running inside the winery. The terror continues as Hard Eyes hunts her down. He kills a security guard before trapping Adeline inside a grape press machine. The machine crushes her completely. The horror has only just begun. News quickly spreads that Hard Eyes is now in Seattle. He's been terrorizing cities like Boston, targeting couples in love on Valentine's Day. The fear is real, and no one feels safe. Meanwhile, Allie McCabe, an ad designer, is grabbing coffee with her best friend Monica. As they stand in line, Allie notices a charming stranger, Jay Simmons. They order the same coffee and start chatting, but things take a turn. They accidentally butt heads. Twice. The second time, Allie's clumsy move causes Jay to get a bloody nose. Feeling embarrassed, Allie quickly dashes off to work, hoping to forget the awkward encounter. At work, Allie and Monica's boss, Crystal Kane, isn't happy. She scolds Allie for pitching a perfume ad featuring famous doomed couples like Romeo and Juliet, Jack and Rose, and Bonnie and Clyde. With the Hard Eyes killings happening, it's seen as a terrible idea, and the pitch goes viral for all the wrong reasons. Crystal decides to bring in Jay, a new hire at the company, to help fix the mess. He's charming, and, to Allie's surprise, he invites her to dinner. But it's all for work purposes, or so he says. Allie agrees, feeling both nervous and curious. Later, Monica takes Allie out shopping for a new outfit. Allie's trying to shake off the awkwardness, but she's not sure what's about to happen next. Detectives Zeke Hobbs and Janine Shaw arrive at the winery to investigate the murders. They immediately get to work, searching for clues. While looking around, they find a wedding band with the initials JS on it. Shaw thinks for a moment and figures out something disturbing. Hard Eyes must be playing out some twisted fantasy when he kills his victims. The investigation doesn't stop there. Soon, reports come in that Hard Eyes has killed 2 more people at a spa. The tension grows, and the detectives know they're dealing with a brutal, methodical killer. Allie meets Jay at a restaurant for dinner. As they talk, Jay opens up about his belief in love, hoping to find someone special. But Allie's bitterness shows as she vents about her ex, Colin, and how she sees him all over social media with his new girlfriend. Things get tense when Allie's words become too harsh, and Jay, hurt, decides to leave. Allie feels guilty and runs after him. In a split second, she grabs him and kisses him, but then she spots Colin and his new girlfriend, Sienna, walking in. Allie quickly pulls away and acts like she and Jay are a couple. Just as Colin and Sienna approach, Allie pretends everything is fine. They mention that they were supposed to meet Patrick and Adeline on a double date. After that, Allie and Jay quickly grab an Uber to head home, the tension still hanging in the air. The Uber driver pulls up to Allie's apartment, but she realizes she's lost her key. Jay steps in, offering to help. He breaks a glass window to get inside, but in the process, he cuts his hand badly. Allie, feeling guilty, brings him inside her apartment to help patch up the wound. But just as they start to relax, disaster strikes. Hard Eyes suddenly leaps out of Allie's closet, ready to attack. He almost stabs Jay, but in a quick move, Allie grabs a lamp and smashes it over the killer's head. They race to get out of there, but just as they reach the car, Hard Eyes fires an arrow straight at the driver, killing him instantly. Allie and Jay sprint toward a nearby park, but Hard Eyes is right behind them. He catches up quickly and knocks Jay out cold. Allie, terrified, keeps running and finds herself at a carousel. The killer isn't far behind and tries to grab her, but Allie fights back, shoving him off just in time. The sound of sirens fills the air as the police finally arrive. Detective Hobbs steps forward, confidently announcing that Hard Eyes has been captured. Allie, catching her breath, spots Jay in the back of a police car. But there's a twist. Hobbs and Shaw mistakenly think Jay is Hard Eyes. Jay looks angry, but it's not because of the mix-up. He's just mad that Allie left him behind, thinking she was going to leave him for dead. At the police station, Allie meets David, an IT guy who recognizes her from Bumble. He awkwardly tries to flirt, but Allie cuts him off. She tells him it's not the right time since she's being hunted by a killer. Allie's mind is racing, and she tries to get the station clerk Fran to check on Jay, who's being questioned by Hobbs and Shaw. They think the ring found at the winery belongs to him. While she waits, Allie grabs an American flagpole, ready to defend herself in case Hard Eyes shows up. Suddenly, the lights go out. Shaw goes to investigate, and in the darkness, Fran is impaled by the flagpole. Allie bolts, panic setting in. The detectives head out to confront Hard Eyes, but things go horribly wrong. Shaw is knocked out, and Hobbs, trying to fight back, gets a machete to the groin before having his throat slashed. Allie, terrified but determined, runs to get the keys and free Jay, desperate to escape. Allie and Jay run toward a drive-in, but they realize too late that they've led Hard Eyes straight to an all-you-can-kill buffet of couples. They scramble to hide inside a van occupied by a hippie couple. The couple thinks Allie and Jay are just playing some kinky roleplay. As the couple gets busy, Allie and Jay quietly talk. Allie opens up about how she used to watch her parents have a perfect marriage until her dad died. After that, her mom was never the same. She also apologizes to Jay for ditching him earlier, but the loud hippies draw Hard Eye's attention, and he's not happy. The killer doesn't waste time. He shoves a tire iron through both of their mouths, killing them instantly. Allie and Jay, horrified, run for their lives. Hard Eyes follows, slaughtering more innocent people. But Allie and Jay have had enough. They grab the tire iron and prepare to fight back. In the chaos, Allie smashes a propane tank over Hard Eye's head, and Jay finishes the job by impaling him with a machete. Allie, unable to handle the sight of all the blood, vomits on the killer's corpse. As the two catch their breath, Jay unmasks the killer, revealing it's just some random guy named Eli. Medics arrive quickly to help Allie and Jay, checking them over for injuries. As they're about to leave, Jay hands Allie his number, saying, "Call me if you want to talk again." Shaw gives Jay a ride to the airport since he's heading out to a friend's wedding. Allie, still shaken, heads home. Once there, she calls Monica, feeling like she's made a huge mistake with Jay. She admits that she started to fall for him, but now it might be too late. Monica, ever the supportive friend, urges Allie to go to the airport and tell Jay how she really feels before she loses her chance. With newfound determination, Allie grabs her keys. It's time to make things right. Allie rushes to the airport, but she can't find Jay anywhere. Just as she starts to panic, her phone rings. It's an unknown number. The voice on the other end is chilling. It's the real Hard Eyes, and he's got Jay. He tells Allie to meet him at a nearby chapel if she wants to see Jay again. When Allie arrives, she's horrified to find Jay tied up, but the biggest shock comes when Hard Eyes takes off his mask. It's David, the IT guy, and he's not alone. His accomplice is Detective Shaw, who's been working with him all along. They're a couple with a twisted obsession for hunting and killing couples, and Eli, the guy they killed earlier, was just some obsessed fan. David reveals something even worse. The wedding band found at the winery was Shaw's. The two of them had been killing people together all night, making a twisted game of who killed who. Shaw forces Allie to choose between killing herself or Jay, giving her a gun with one bullet. Allie, trembling, picks up the gun. She looks at Jay and admits that she really does have feelings for him. Without hesitation, Allie shoots Jay through the shoulder, knowing the bullet will hit Shaw in the gut. David tries to attack, but Jay, still holding his bow, fires an arrow straight into David's eye. David stumbles backward, falling into a pile of candles and getting burned alive. Shaw, furious, tries to finish Allie off, but Allie doesn't hesitate. She stabs Shaw in the neck with a metal straw, then tackles her. In the struggle, Shaw's head is sliced off by a sword on the statue of Saint Valentine. David is still barely alive, but Jay finishes him off with one final arrow straight to his head. The nightmare is finally over. 1 year later, Allie and Jay have worked together on the most successful campaign at their company, and they're now a couple. They decide to visit the same drive-in where they once fought Hard Eyes. As they sit there, the memories flood back. Jay looks at Allie with a smile and asks, "Would you like to move in with me?" But Allie surprises him by pulling out a ring. She asks him to marry her instead. Jay's eyes widen with shock and happiness, and without missing a beat, he says yes. They share a sweet kiss, finally leaving the horrors of the past behind them, ready to start a new chapter together. As the credits roll, Allie's phone rings. She picks it up, expecting the worst, but it's just a friend she hired to take a picture of the proposal. They laugh for a moment, but then the line goes eerily silent. Before Allie can say anything, the call abruptly ends. She stares at the phone, a chill running down her spine, unsure of what just happened. Would you have survived Hard Eyes? Let me know in the comments. So if you like this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications for more recaps. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Warner Movie Recaps.